sorry, it was a reaction I wasn't thinking. And I would dismiss it because the negativity was about 12%. The other 88% was fulfilling, loving, nurturing, which now I laugh at, but as a tender teen, I thought this was love. And at 20, we had our first child. At 21, when that child was 6 months old, I finally made a break and I ran away. And we had planned it with coworkers and my mom, and my family. And we waited till a Saturday afternoon. I had hired movers and I insisted that it had to be fast. And I was trembling like a leaf. I was so scared. Because what if he had forgotten something and he came back home? I was so scared. The movers had came in and they said, oh, there's a big box truck out front. And I thought I was going to lose it. And they were kidding me. I mean, I was on pins and needles. But we made the break. Eventually, I stayed away for 6 months. During that 6 months, he stalked me. He drove by my work. He called. He said he knew where I lived. He intimidated me, put the fear of God in me, and I couldn't look over my shoulder. He broke into my apartment, and we went to court over it. And now, between here and here, between that 6 month period, he manipulated me right back into believing him. I'm so sorry. I know what I did wrong. I love you inside and out. I'll never touch you again. I want family. Family's everything to me. If I ever do this to you again, you can leave, and I will let you leave. Okay. But again, it wasn't that simple. It was a conditioning manipulation. And then we went through what's known as the honeymoon period. So once we got back together, everything's beautiful, glorified, birds and rainbows, and happy, happy, yay. And before you know it, next time it's worse. And so it progressed, and that happened 3 times. Left and came back, and then I married him. By now, of course, I lost my family support. I felt cornered. I felt trapped. I felt there was no way out. I remember him coming over me one of the times upon my return after the honeymoon period, and he had said, he puffed himself up like this, and I'm only 5'2" and he's 6 foot, and he would act. I call it acting. He would stare down into my eyes, point right at my nose, force himself to drool and force himself to tremble. And he would say, if you ever leave me again, I'm going to kill your family and then I'm going to kill you. And so I thought he was crazy enough to do it. And so out of fear for my family, fear for myself, I stayed. And so I went through that cycle. I never was apart longer than 6 months. My family begged me. They were like, please don't go back this time. He had me so removed from my mom, she wasn't invited to our wedding. And he tried to give me some baloney like, oh, she was out creeping around in the woods. No, she wasn't. She was home crying her eyes out. And it was hard for me to get over that. But the way I finally got out for the last time was, at the age of 16, our daughter said to me, I can't live this way anymore. I'm sick of living in this environment. You need to do something or I'm going to run away. And I knew that she meant it. She was very unhappy. And as a father, now we had 3 children by this time. And she was the middle child. And he would say to our older 2, you suck for a son. And to our daughter, you move like a slug. You're fat. You'll never amount to anything. I'll make sure you never get your driver's license. I'll make sure you never get a job. What kind of a dad does that? And it doesn't matter. Yes, he's biological, but there's other people who are good dads that are not. I'm just saying, what kind of a father figure says that to the children that they raise all their life? Somebody they're supposed to look up to and respect and go to for protection and love and comfort and trust. Not from dad. But then the next morning, oh, I'm sorry, you know I love you, right? I didn't mean that. So over the years, they've grown to resent him. Can't trust him. Doesn't mean what he says. Doesn't do what he says. Never means anything. It's all about him. So our birthday parties were torturous. We were run around like slaves. He sat on his throne at the kitchen table and drank. He ordered us, clean the house, scrub the floor, take care of the dogs, pick up the poop, blah, 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 blah. So by 2 o'clock, when the first guests arrived, we were exhausted. We were famished. And he would greet the door, oh, yay, and happy, as if he had done it all. He always took all the credit. And then later I went into my closet and I found a bunch of pictures that I knew that I needed to separate after the break. And in those pictures, I saw the story right before my eyes. Every picture tells a story, and I saw my story right here. And one was our daughter's birthday party, and she was probably about 7. And there's pictures, I see myself, I have a scared look with my eyes looking over, and she's in the front, so the focus is on her. But I'm off in the background, and I remember it like yesterday. There was a conversation going on with my then husband and somebody else, and somebody said something, and I saw him get upset over it, which was always nothing, because they make a big deal out of nothing. But I saw a problem that will later escalate, so I know I'm going to get it later when the party's over. And it's right there on the portrait, which is now part of my video. But the way that I finally broke, the daughter had said, you leave, so I said, okay, but wait until I tell you that it's okay. Because I did make a phone call once, when I had the courage to do it, 2 minutes of a break from work, at work, and I called. I said, what can be done? And they said, in New York State, you can have a black eye and nothing can be done, but if you get kicked with a shoe, the shoe constitutes a weapon. And then we can do something. So am I supposed to say, okay, honey, kick me? And I lost my glimmer of hope. And I didn't know what to do, and I felt hopeless, and I felt trapped, and I would cry myself to sleep. I couldn't imagine what I ever did so wrong to deserve what I was getting. And why are our children, and why are we in this environment? Why are we with this man who says that he loves us, and he's putting us down, and badgering us, and beating us, and raping me? Why? Why? And how will it end? Will I die by his hands? And I just didn't know.